Hello everyone, my name is Lorthorn and welcome to this mod showcase of JCraft, Eye of Ender, the JoJo mod. We're here with our friends JoJo and Ko and Iggy, about to go take on, I guess, what is this, Dio over here in this sandy place. Yes. Okay, right, this mod is for 1.20.1 Java Edition Minecraft and Forge, and my goodness, this is quite the mod. Quite the mod. It is very impressive and very difficult. It is also based off the PS3 and PS4 exclusive JoJo fighting game called Eyes of Heaven. Let's begin with some simple things. So, if you want to get a stand, the best way to do that is to find a meteorite and to dig up the iron ore in it. This can be done with a diamond pickaxe, and you need about 2 ore to get the job done. Smelt it down into 2 stellar iron ingots, and then combine those with 4 gold and 2 gold nuggets to get an arrowhead. Then with the stand arrowhead, you make a normal arrow, and you will get the stand arrow. And you right click with the arrow, and it will hurt you and give you a stand. We appear to have Killer Queen, I think? There are a lot of stands. Let's look at the handy dandy guide. I'll give you a link to the guide in the description. Oh no, we have White Snake. Oh, okay. So we have White Snake, and it can do some JoJo things. You can make it do the barrage, so it can do a bunch of punching. You can make it punch normally. You can make it use its powers that you saw from the show. There are a lot of different hotkeys. You can summon them. They have special ultimate powers, like shooting poison and stealing stands. And yeah, summoning and unsummoning, I believe. Oh, that was this deal. How do we unsummon him? At this point, I do want to point out that there's a lot of key bindings, and most of the keys on my keyboard have worn away, so I really only know how to use WASD. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so we have White Snake. Now, if we want to get rid of our stand or give it to someone else, we have to make stand discs. Now, to start with, you want to take some light blue stained glass panels, and you want to forge it, and this will give you a compact disc. A compact disc can be combined with a bottle of enchanting to get a spec disc, but the spec disc is not the disc we're looking for. We want a stand disc. So the stand disc is a little bit of a different process to make than the spec disc. The stand disc is made with meteorite blocks combined into polished meteorite blocks. And then you need to get, what is it, 7 of them. So 7 times 14, for all of you who did math, that will be 28. So you need 28 meteorite blocks, and you need to combine them with a stand arrowhead and a compact disc, and this will give you a stand disc. The stand disc can then be used to store a stand or give a stand. You can switch them in and out. So you can trade with your buddies if you so want to, or you can get rid of your stand. Now, if you already have a stand and you use the stand arrow, it will ask you, are you sure you want to change your stand? Then you can use it again and it'll give you a new stand. That will delete your stand, erasing it from the world and give you a new one. Or you can use your stand disc to store your stand, and then you can use the arrow to get a new one and sort of collect them. So, the stand is someone behind you, much like the idea is it's the thing that stands behind you. And there's a variety of things they can do as correlated to their hotkeys. So Star Platinum can do a normal little punch. He can do a charged up punch. He can do a punch barrage. With mouse button 5, it does tell you which mouse buttons and buttons to press as you set them. Mouse button 5 makes him move me forward. V makes him do his finger snipe. G is like a powerful uppercut. M is he goes forwards and gets free of me to punch a little bit more. And H is, I think, one of his ultimates where he does a very powerful kick or something. Now I also have a whole bunch of alternatives, like their powers are different if you crouch while doing them. And you can also hold down right click to block. You've got the spec powers, So you can like dash forward with them and do various things. Then you can summon and unsummon your stands. But I think N is what I have it set to, although it's hard to tell with it being worn away on my keyboard. Alright, so we have him here, and we can use him to punch things, and he does decent damage. We could go do their muda. And then they have, I guess, combos? Caught lacking baby sheesh, okay. Let's look at the options here. So we go to controls, we go to key bindings, and this is where we can set all their keys with the JCraft. So barrage for B, cooldown cancel, 7 dash, heavy, special 1, 2, 3, stand, summon, ultimate, and utility button. We have them all set here under the JCraft bindings. Another thing to note is you can go /stand, and then you can go about with him summoned, then do that and press enter. And so then it will give us all the information about Star Platinum. A little rundown of what he is and all his special moves and abilities, and his alternates by pressing crouch or jumping while using them. There is a lot more to this mod though, of course, than just the stands, and while the stands are interesting, we will get into them after we get into some of the other stuff. So some of the other stuff is there is a shop, which you can go to, which is the Cinderella shop, which must be from Steel Ball Run because I don't remember it from the animes that I have watched or read, or it's from the video game. What are the two options? One of the video games, because I do not remember Cinderella's shop in anything I have watched, and I have watched everything up into Stone Ocean, and I finished Stone Ocean, so that's what I've completed. All right, Cinderella's shop has several different features to it. One of them is it has Anya Tusji, which will send you Cinderella masks. Some of them are enchanted, some of them aren't. She will also, for arrows and stuff, she's rather expensive, but she gives you trades for Cinderella masks. The Cinderella masks are used to texture your stands. So if we, let's see here. I guess we need Eyes of Ender, a Cinderella mask that's enchanted off her, and we take the anvil and we take the world in a disc. Then we can put the world down and we can put the Cinderella mask in there, and that will give us the world black. So it gives the world a black appearance, and we'll get Star Platinum manga. So our world right now, we've got like the inverse color world, or we can get a different colored Star Platinum who's all glowy. So the shop's actually a really cool building as well. It's quite pretty. It's got like all these little things going on. There's a shop front. Around the outside, we've got like I guess it's a vending machine or aircon, and like a garbage bin and a pile of trash. And then it's got this room here, which goes up a staircase, which leads into the tailor room with all the outfits in it. So we got Poochie's outfits and Gyro's outfits, and tons and tons of different outfits in here. So these items all have different crafting recipes. If we look here at heavily attuned Dio's wig, we see that as +3 armor, +3 toughness, and 10% knockback resistance. And that is because Dio's heavily attuned wig is made with netherite helmet and a whole bunch of hay. If we actually look at the uses for netherite helmets now, we see the absolutely insane amount of items they can actually be turned into, which is basically all the cosplay items are made with netherite armor, making them all very powerful. Now moving from the armor, let's look at the items. One of the things it adds is just some fancy stuff and some random stuff, like the hat. So the red hat is used to protect you from the sun. You look pretty cool with it. Basic leather hat with some dye and some leather added to it, and it gives you the red hat. You can also get, instead of stands, you can get specs, like with the boxing gloves. So boxing gloves crafted as you see here. And if we're in non-creative mode, we can use the specs, the gloves, to get to specs. As you can see there, now we've got specs, and this gives us like fighting, but different. And so we have like a bunch of extra animation attack moves. And so you can kick and Be a little punch combo. So yeah, some of the animations are defragging a little bit here. Just a little bit. Now, if you want more information on the specs, you type /spec and then space about, and it will tell you about the specs information. Here we go. Spec: Brawler, Heavy R, Tornado Kick, 3 points of armor, high stun, crouching, uppercut. B is Barrage, hit 3 times, combo star extender. Special 1, V Lorthorn, crouching, sweep. Special 2, G, gut punch, good for stun. There we go, we do gut punch. And we do little leg sweep and all that good stuff. And so those are our specs, and then specs can be reset with a spec disc. So you can grab your specs, you can put them in a spec disc and give them to other people, and you can just get the powers via boxing gloves. So another weird block you can make is you can make Sinner Soul. Sinner Soul is made with Fermented Spire Eye and Soul Stand. Combine those together, you get Sinner Soul. Sinner Soul can then be combined into a Sinner Soul block. Then you can take 4 Sinner Soul blocks, 1 diamond, 2 leather, 1 gold block, and 1 iron block. And you can get Sheathed Anubis. Sheathed Anubis is a sword, and when drawn, it speaks a whole bunch. Also, while you carry it, it's quite awful. It gives you a whole bunch of little debuffs. The sword is also actually a spec. It has its own little moveset. It can be used like a normal sword for cutting, but it's also got special powers which you can press keys with the combo. So you can also go over here and combine a bed with a bunch of oak slabs, and you can make a coffin, which is basically a bed that I guess lets you sleep during the day and turns it into nighttime. And then you can sleep in a bed and turn it to day. Very nice. Now, why would you want this? Well, you can find the stone mask. Alright, so the stone mask has a chance to be found in outposts, dungeons, strongholds, woodland manors, and end cities. Stone mask is, you put it onto your face. Now we're wearing it. Now we're in survival mode, and if we take damage, then it does its thing, and we can see it was grabbed onto my face there briefly. And now we are a vampire. And so now we have vampire powers, like being able to shoot high pressured liquid out of our eyes, and do the vampire barrage punch, and the vampire super punch, and whatever other powers vampires have in JoJo. So there's our blood drain, and we kill him. And we press M, and that will resurrect him as our ally. Cool. Whoa. Did you just shoot air at me? Okay. I didn't know that could happen. So apparently mobs can have stands. Okay. Well, let's summon our skeleton again. And I want to try to blood drain him. Ow, 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 ow. He's back in me again. Got him. Whew. Well, that's actually really cool that you can counter stand users. It's kind of terrifying to encounter Star Platinum out of the world, but that's very cool. Vampires also can get bottles of blood. So bottles of blood are made very simply like this. The blood bottle is 4 glass and button on top. You right click a mob with them, and it puts a little bit of its blood into it. So as long as the mob has blood, so zombies or villagers or whatever, you can then do a little bit of damage and extract their blood into the bottle and store the blood for later, which you can then drink to feed yourself. And that is the vampirism that's added by this, which is cool though. It is actually really cool. Oh, look at that. Spin kick. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. Just spam these. That's how you win every fight. So there's a few random items. There's like the hot sand, which I guess is sand, but a little bit hotter. And that's made with magma blocks and sand. It hurts to stand on hot sand. You can make coins with 2 gold nuggets. You can also make knives, stick, blade, nugget. And then you can throw the knife. And then of course, if you take 9 knives, you can turn them into a knife bundle. And you can throw the knife bundle. This is very important for when you go ahead and use. And then you can throw the knives. And then they'll fly. So you can do the world knife throw if you want to. And speaking of the items, you can also, I love this, if you take iron bars, 2 yellow dye, 3 iron blocks, 2 grindstones, and a blast furnace, you can make a road roller. And you can drive the road roller, and it rolls the road. Which is hilarious. And you can make the steel ball. What does it do? No idea, but you can make it with some lime dye and some iron ingots. So that is quite a bit of items added and quite a bit of randomness and strangeness. You can be a vampire, you can get your stands, or you can be a vampire with stands, which is very dangerous. There doesn't seem to be any Hammond yet. There is the brawler and there's the sword, but there's no Hammond. But there's a lot of stands. So we're going to take a brief look at them and not go into as much depth as I was doing with the others. Alright, so let's see. We've got Cream. And so Cream is basically like this nasty void boy. His ultimate is he turns you into a drilling void ball of doom, which can then drop you very low underground. M will then just launch that orb, and his G launches that orb. This V's a little grab. There we go. So he can eat you, and then actually fly with you inside him. So you're rolled up inside him. You've been eaten, and then based on being eaten, it actually changes his powers slightly. Which is, he's like one of the more complicated ones, is he gets a different set of powers if he's eaten you. Which is downright bizarre. Alright, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, which is from Steel Ball Run. Got a lot of American flags. His powers seem to crash the game, I've noticed. This one sends you to a parallel dimension based on the dimension you're in. So it creates like a whole new realm for you to play in. That lasts for about 30 seconds. It takes a chunk, so you can't go beyond the chunk border. And you can freely move around in this chunk. And then, oh, this time it didn't crash the game. Then you'll appear back where you are. So it's sort of like a pocket dimension jump, that's really cool. The other main thing I want to look at with Dirty Deeds Done Dirty Cheap, hold Shift and press G. He gives us a gun. We have a revolver. And then we can shoot bullets. So yeah, the weird bondage rabbit gives us some interesting powers. Golden Experience. Oh, where to start with Golden Experience? Alright. Golden Experience has a Muda. He's got his barrage. He can punch. He can do a little uppercut. If you're hurt, he can heal you by reversing time or something weird. I believe one of his powers is if you're holding an item in his hand, you can turn it into a creature. Yeah, so you can turn it into a creature. Okay, so his H there is a very weird ability. It sort of needs to be in multiplayer. Unfortunately, I won't be able to showcase it, but basically if you punch someone else who's a player, it disconnects their body, like their POV, from their player model, and makes the game really hard to play for a period of time. It's weird. I mean, I remember Golden Wind being a very, very weird JoJo series. It was one of the weirder ones, so yeah. Now something that's easy to understand is Hierophant Green. Hierophant Green has some pretty good powers. So, little arm swing barrage is his, does normal punch, has a charge up punch, can give you a little... If you separate him out from your body, you can take control of Hierophant Green to a certain range, so you can disconnect yourself, and you can do all his powers out of range. He can do his bullet shot, can summon some tentacles around on the ground, and shoot a barrage of his green bullets which bounce off whatever they hit. Particularly I actually like this, like these bullets that bounce. That's pretty cool. Another simple one we have here is, I believe, Horus. Yes, Horus, and Horus is just an ice demon. He can summon a bunch of different little icy things, so he can like shoot ice, can shoot more ice, can summon like icicles on the ground. Right. Then we have Killer Queen, which is the explosion stand. Fire a coin and make the coin explode. And you can summon his subspawn, which is the mouse, which will go hunt down a target and constantly explode until it's killed the target. King Crimson can like reverse time and predict the future and send you back in time to fight someone. It's very multiplayer, very combat based. I don't understand it. Send help. It can do the barrage. You can teleport forward by cutting time. You can make your hair fly in your face. Yeah, just press the specs if you want to know. Like, just look up how it works if you want to know how it works, because I do not understand it. I really do not. I tried. See, Magician Red. Oh, Magician Red is so simple. He's like fire. He shoots a fireball. Like, look, slow moving fireball. Oh, that's beautiful. The life detonator. Look at the zombies here. Right. Look, we just light them on fire. We press 8 for our ultimate. We light everything on fire. Magician's Red. He's awesome. He just burns everything. Like, nothing but respect for Magician's Red. Speaking of breaking brains, we've got Mandum. Okay, Mandum only has 2 powers. He's also freaking creepy looking. He clings on to you. He's from Steel Ball Run. One I haven't seen or read. I don't think it's the anime yet. Anyways. Okay, so let's see. How he works is we set time. And so now time has been set. And now we press H and it sets things back to the position they were in. Metallica can make people vomit razors. There we go. Yep. We can, like, a storm of scalpels. And, like, his powers are really based around you crouching. Like, he has so many different reversals. And then you have to, like, harvest metal to get metal back. A right pain to use, really. I can't be bothered to learn all of these. What I'll say, basically, is either choose a stand you really want, or go with the stand you're given, and learn how to play that stand. Don't try to learn every stand. Just learn to play one of them. It's like a fighting game. Learn to play a singular character. Like, learn to play Star Platinum. Don't bother trying to learn everyone, because you'll go mad. Like if you... Purple Haze. Purple Haze was actually recently fixed. He was buggy before, and an update that came out like basically today fixed him. And so Purple Haze, if you have him, he is basically just summoned, and he will go and try to kill whatever he can kill. And you can't control him. And he will just randomly try to murder things. So he's actually pretty simple. Eventually he will go mad and try to kill you if you have him summoned for too long. I guess we have Shadow of the World, which is like the world but worse. A lot of trouble using him. Yeah, he can stop time very briefly with H. Can teleport you. So it's a much weaker version of the world you can summon. We have Silver Chariot, which honestly, very refreshing. He's just a combat-based stand. Does a lot of quick little fighty things. Charge attack, long range blade barrage, slash. You can remove Silver Chariot's armor by pressing H. It's on a very long cooldown. And then if we press H, it takes off his armor and makes him way faster. And so he attacks all around very, very quickly, increases his range a little bit. Makes his move stronger, but makes him weaker. Considered one of the worst stands, actually. I think he's really cool. Then we got Star Platinum, which we already looked at. Muda. Yes, Star Platinum. Bestest of friends. So simple, so easy. I love him. Okay, we've got the Fool, which is a car. You can create a clone of yourself with him, and you can make him scream, and you can ride him. Frankly, I do not care, though. I never really cared about his episode, so I actually ignored him for the most part. The Hand is a reality warping stand. Very dangerous. He basically wipes things out of existence that get in his way, and so he can do all this stuff from the anime. He can, like, draw targets closer to him. This power here, yeah, you can bring people to you. And then your hand can punch them. Uppercut. Hand's pretty straightforward though. Don't mind the hand. But then we got the sun, and I'm going to go far away to use the sun. Okay, so he summoned the sun, and there he is. Hello, Mr. Sun. Look at you shining up there. And we use your powers, and you just shoot down burning hellfire on everyone. Because you're such a friendly guy. We already looked at White Snake. White Snake does White Snake things. And then we've got Sea Moon, which is upgraded White Snake. So you can upgrade stands, and there's more rare stands. So Sea Moon is, I believe, the upgraded form of White Snake. And it warps gravity or something. You can do that. Nope, that's not what I'm looking to. I'm looking to chase your causality. Nope, that's just sending up a gravity orb. Nope, that just... Oh yeah, there we go. We flipped them upside down. Oh, what the... Dear God, that was unpleasant. Okay. There we go. Bye! And we just changed the point of gravity for everything. Which is really, really breaking these. Oh dear. Golden Experience Requiem. Which I don't even want to comprehend what they tried to do with this thing, because he was weird. This is going to do something horrible, isn't it? If we press H. I think. It's probably some sort of crazy combo stuff you can do with him. Then we got that. I believe he can explode time. I don't even want to try to comprehend how these works. It's... And blow things up. Yeah, he's not that bad. We're going to ignore any other abilities he potentially has, though. And then we have Made in Heaven, which gives you permanent haste. Made in Heaven is like a little horse riding stand. Upgrade Standard Fairy's got the Barrage. He teleports you through time. Has some sort of nullification punch, I guess? Teleports you really quickly and usually drops you on the ground. Crouch plus M. Okay. And then finally his ultimate. which just launches for a time. Then we have Purple Haze Distortion, which is if Purple Haze is upgraded, then by killing enough targets, he gets his Distortion. I believe we get to control him now. Yeah, so you just have to kill enough stuff, and then you get to control Purple Haze. Oh my goodness, Purple Haze is not good for you to get. Ah, and his ultimate summons a cloud of Purple Haze. Okay. Well, I am going to get killed by Purple Haze. I'll explain the upgrades in but a moment. I'm just going through all the stands now. We've got, of course, Star Platinum the World. And his whole deal is he can also... Stop time, very briefly. Next, well, we just have the world here, because the world is just so powerful. It's actually like its own stand category I put there, but even though we already played with it. And that's just so satisfying to do that. The time freeze, other mods make that time freeze a lot longer, but it's actually meant to only be for about 5 seconds. It's just the anime and the manga don't understand how long 5 seconds are. And then I guess the final stand we have is the World Over Heaven, which I think is from the video game. Our time skip utility, which allows us to teleport forwards. I think it's basically just a more powerful version of the world. Let's try. Okay, that time stop is pretty good. That's pretty cool. We can try that black hole again. I don't understand. Special 3. Charges for 1 second, unblockable punch, and charge reality hits victim while charging. Special 1 makes the victim unable to look at you. Special 2 applies damage every second. Special 3 heals and enslaves mobs. Divine Finisher is you send a barrage of knives. You can just teleport. Can do some sort of weird spear spin kick. That is quite satisfying. Alright, also if you have a Silver Chariot, the sword, then we get a unique version of Silver Chariot, which is empowered by Anubis. So the stands are very wacky and confusing and probably better played with other people and you just sort of want to master your stand. But we did say that there is stand upgrading, so there's different ways to do that. If we combined a stand arrow and a sinner soul, we can get the living arrow, and that can upgrade Killer Queen and Star Platinum. Star Platinum default. We're going to equip Star Platinum default, and then we will use the living world on us, and then if we use the disc, we should see that it's now Star Platinum the world. So there, we just upgraded our stand. Pretty straightforward. Requiem Zero is used to get upgraded Golden Experience, turning Golden Experience into Golden Requiem. Green Baby evolves White Snake. It's made with the Totem of Undying. So if you have White Snake here, and then you use it, that will give you Sea Moon. And we can also make one of the diary pages, which will evolve Shadow of the World. So we have Shadow of the World. Then we can use one of Dio's diary pages, which is crafted quite expensively here. And that will turn it into the world. And then both Sea Moon and the world, as if we take 7 of these pages, which again, netherite ingot, gold, wax, oxide, copper, block stack, which is one of the most annoying items ever to get, bottle of chanting paper, nautilus shell, you have to trade to get that emerald, ink sac, and eye of ender. We combine that with a nether star and a piece of leather. We can get Dio's diary, which can then be used to upgrade Sea Moon into Made in Heaven. Or we can upgrade the world into the world over heaven. Okay, and now there's a few extras to look at and play around with here. So we've got the training dummy, which we put down, and it's got a face of some anime character on it. And you can punch it, and you can see how much damage you're dealing. Then you can go. And you basically get to test your powers on. You get to test your might. Bam! Look at all that damage. There is the Foolish Sand, which you can't craft yet, and there is Soul Wood, which you can't craft yet. I think those are summoned actually by stands. And there's also some monsters, so there are vampires in this world, and there are this guy, I guess he's summoned by... Go away. Okay, I guess you can't interact with him. Darby the Younger. I guess that summons his stand, so you can actually encounter other stand users out in the world. There's Pet Shop. Oh god, miss me. There is not Pet Shop. And there's What's-Her-Face. Which, oh, she has a stand. Hello. Oh, isn't that cute? You're trying to fight me. Deal! Yep, I missed that. Well. Oh, she blocked all my punches. Let's freeze time and take her out. It's kind of like the ultimate trump card, isn't it? You dare attack me, baby zombie. Right. Also recently added was 2 new locations. We have the Ruin of the Arrow, apparently. So let's see, game mode spectator, that was added. Which is meant to be in the desert, which I guess is right here is the ruin. Okay, excavate it. I guess this... I'll try to find another one. Let's try to find another one. And of course we're underground again. Ah, this looks better. I think this is the Arrow Ruin. Yes. I think this is what it's meant to look like. It just did spawn underground though. And there's some sort of trap system here. And some sort of crawly puzzle. But if you know what you're doing, break the floor. And then you can get 3 stand arrows. If you happen to find one of these locations. Cool! And then finally there is one more new location. The new Vampire Lair, which is this interesting little ability here, which is yield possessions, cross the internal slumber, steal into it. And we've got a little Vampire Lair. This doesn't seem to... Oh, there's some sort of redstone Ah! Aha! Oh. Oh, I think I broke it. Okay, let's try this again. Oh wow, this layer is actually much bigger than I thought it was. Oh my goodness. Or is this one different than the last one? Was there multiple layers? Huh. Well, this one being underwater has also apparently ruined it. Ooh, this one. We got quite the little building going on here. Oh my. We've got a little vampire hideout. Oh, what an unexpected surprise. Ew. Oh, that... Okay, well, look out for the lava traps, apparently. All the water. Oh, and there's vampires live in here, too. Yeah, hello, sir. Don't mind me. I hope they add pillar men at some point. That'd be great. Look at that structure. Wow. Neat. Neat, neat, neat. Right. So what do I think of this mod? It's very cool. It is very, very cool. Confusing, but cool. I'd love to master like one of the stands and use it. This would be very fun to play on a server, I think. Could be survival or it could be a PvP. Either or works. Both ways, it's very, very cool. Just being able to use all these powers. They're very creative, very different. And the sound effects are very satisfying. Like, who doesn't love these sound effects? Yeah, it'd be fun to play this with other people. It'd be very fun to have a server. It's a very pretty mod, and it works quite well. I'm surprised, actually. The little update fixed a whole bunch of the bugs I was dealing with. There's still a few problems here and there, but beyond that, it's very good. It's very serviceable. I think it'd be great in a survival world, honestly. Have this as your superpower mod, which you're dealing with, and all the different stand users. And devolve into a bunch of people trying to get the world over heaven. Or Made in Heaven. Although Made in Heaven isn't actually all that powerful. I think the green baby, a sea moon, is cooler than Made in Heaven. It is, man, it is fun. It is fun, but it hurts my brain, especially the fighting game mechanics. I just like these combos, and it changes based on crouching or not crouching. It's just a little too much for my brain. Yeah, I highly recommend it. You can play with as a vampire, so it's a mod with vampirisms. People like vampires. You can play with Dio, you can play with JoJo, you can play with the world, you can play with Star Platinum, and yeah, it's very, very, very cool, very fun. Quite different. Next one will be a lot more simple, I think, and not hurt my brain, and have way less hotkeys to play with, because this just had too many hotkeys to mess around with, and that's one of the biggest problems. Like, if you play this with any other mods, they have to be mods without hotkeys, because you won't be able to play otherwise. There's too many hotkeys involved here. As anyways, thank you very much for watching, and as always, until next time.